We find anger everywhere today, and it being such an issue, the Bible must have something to say about it. In this video, I would like to talk about what we can learn about anger in the book of Proverbs by looking at these 5 verses. Proverbs 15 verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. This verse refers to anger feeding anger. An argument quickly escalates when someone gets angry in the back and forth. It's a chain reaction that leads only further into more issues. On the flip side of this, a soft answer in love can quickly diffuse a situation. It may be really hard to answer calmly, but in the end, it's better for everyone if one person just controls their anger. Proverbs 27 verse 3. A stone is heavy and the sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both. The fool in this proverb is described as someone who vents his anger on others at their expense. The people close to this fool have to deal with the weight of his anger, and it often hurts them in their relationship. Anger always has its consequences on ourselves and those around us. Proverbs 16 verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than he that ruleth his spirit, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. Self-control is an attribute that arguably takes the most work to achieve. In ourselves, we find it very easy to just let go and let our emotions take control of us, and sometimes resisting that temptation is really difficult. This verse says that someone who can control their anger is stronger than a conqueror of a city. Proverbs 29 verse 8. Scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turn away wrath. People who live a life in contempt of God often lead their friends down the same dangerous path. God does not take disrespect lightly, and in holy indignation punishes people for their rash disrespect. Wise people often have a good impression on those around them and lead their friends down good paths, paths that God loves. We have to differentiate here between the righteous anger that God has towards sin and our imperfect anger that we have towards people. Proverbs 8 verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate. This is where that holy anger of God towards sin is contrasted to our anger towards people. Because of our finite understanding, we cannot properly hate sin without hating people simultaneously. If we truly fear and love God, we should run away from sin and hate it for its power over us. All mankind and nature bends under the same weight of sin, so it is not the fault of our fellow men that they are fallen in sin, but the fault of sin itself. As much as we find anger, frustration, spite, and envy in our day and age, it is the sin that we might find hardest to escape. To us, anger feels natural, almost obligatory in some situations. But as all evidence points to, anger hurts us and all those around us. As Christians, we are to hate no one, regardless of actions they have committed. As God does, we must, as much as we can, hate the sin and not the sinner. We are all fallen in the same state of sin.